It is the losers final of the tournament of what is now called GSR. So it's Ganondorf Source Requirements. So we're going to have a match between Cruxer from United Kingdom and CMA from Japan. Both of these runners are going to be running on Virtual Console, and we will start in about 3 seconds. And go. I am going to be commentating with Mutant and Mubsy. Welcome, guys.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Pleasure to be with you today, Arthur.
As
Thank
always.
you so much.
As always.
So it's going to be pretty easy to compare since both of these runners are going to be following the exact same route, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, every runner left in the tournament is, for the last couple races, has been on BC.
Ooh. Yeah, I think Judo was the very last one on N64, was it?
And the last NA.
Last North American, last N64. I think it just shows superiority of, Virtual Console and not being American. But yeah, This is going to be an interesting race because not only are these two both on Virtual Console, they are one place apart on the leaderboards, if I remember.
Oh, they have really close PBs?
They do. I think they're actually one place on the leaderboards, so this is really close.
Yeah, CMA has a 115.08, if I believe his splits, and Crusher has a very low 115 or even a 114.
Yes, they are 6 seconds apart on the leaderboard.
Ooh.
So, damn. 7 seconds? Was it 7? Oh yeah, it is. No, it's definitely 6 on the leaderboards.
Yep.
So I guess it's very hard to pick someone that would be a favorite for this race because at this level, and especially on such a punishing category, it's basically a coin flip.
And both of their PBs have been in the last month as well, so they're both pretty, focused on Ocarina of Time, and particularly this category. Not so much for Cruxer over the last week or so, but they're both very, very fresh on their strategies.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see whether Cruxer slips into the MST Rupee route here, and to see whether the muscle memory is strong enough to pull him back, but we'll soon find out.
And I think CMA has been performing really well recently. He was doing a marathon run and got a 1:15:50, which is a marathon world record.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, I think that's faster than the quickest run we've had in this tournament.
Yeah, I think Bono was a 1:16 something was the quickest. And even in a race, that's still pretty mental. But we're finally out of the opening cutscene, and we can start getting to see some actual gameplay from both these runners.
Yeah, the only thing that is going to make them a little bit different is going to be experience. I believe Cruxer has started running a year and a half ago or something like that.
Okay, it looks like he's not doing MST Rupee route, so that's good.
Yeah, so Cruxer's been running since last February, I think was his first run. Or he started learning anyway. CMA, obviously, I'm not too sure on the years, but it's a lot longer. So it could pay off here, but as I said earlier, this race is going to be decided by mistakes, not successes.
Very likely, sadly. Alright, not much going on for now. They're just getting out of Sword Maze.
Collecting the rupees they need to buy the shield.
CMA was very known for not using bridge flip for super long and was getting insane escape time without it. Tiny mistake on Cruxer's side, but it seems like it didn't punish him too much.
Yeah, just bit of a slow bridge clip there, but back into it straight away.
Hopefully he still gets the repeat here. Okay, good. He landed in the water a little bit, so it's always a bit scary when that happens.
He
That's
just
a shame.
ate like it. Yeah, that's something like 10 seconds. Early mistakes, especially in escape, for runners like that are like mostly about consistency. You want to make sure that their composure doesn't get hit too much. Like it's really easy to get salty about mistakes in the beginning, and you want to make sure that it's not impacting too much. Okay, Cruxer seems like he is going for West Escape. Oh, that
I think he dropped it early. CMA got it though.
He got West Escape?
Yep.
Oh man, he didn't have sword out, so that was frame perfect A press.
Yeah, CMA had to do a backup there though. He did miss the initial out of shop West, so that was a bit of a time loss there. Especially because he grabbed onto the ledge as well, which is really annoying when you get that. Yeah, CMA on just ahead here with that pretty incredible West Escape, as Arthur said. That sort of West Escape is frame perfect, and yeah, no, it's pretty mental. Especially with a backup strat, you have to be really careful about your angle.
That's probably how like experience pays off for him. And if I remember correctly, both of them are using ESS adapters, right?
Yeah, probably. I assume so.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, but I would assume so.
Yeah, unsure about CMA. I know Crux uses one.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah, CMA I'm not too sure about.
He's running longer categories, and like longer categories without is kind of a pain.
Yeah, I remember in like the first week of VC Hundo, and it was quite interesting watching, you know, the infallible ZFG just drop Hesses all over the place. It was quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean he was still able to do Ice Cavern Hess without.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So no funny business with owl skips from either running. I think CMA did go for owl skip in previous races, but it is very, very risky to go for that one.
Mm-hmm. And we saw Cruxer pulling out the sword, and CMA didn't. So the timing is like 3 frames apart for the jump slash they do after the side hop.
Oh, they both did the same thing. They both
The exact same mistake. Oh,
yeah, and fixed it the exact same way.
Yeah.
tiny bit slower.
Yeah, you don't have to go off that fence. You can just like stay on top, flick up, and then side hop left and jump slash, and it works.
CMA is going to go and try to get ISG. What's really hard on this ISG is that the Cuckoo is hopping, and you can only catch it when it's touching the ground. That's the idea of why this ISG feels so unreliable. You can see their A button is going to be flickering when they're standing in front of the Cuckoo.
I didn't actually know that, so that's something new today.
Yeah, I learned something new there too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also kind of annoying because if you get one stab on it, if you fail it twice, it is going to come and wreck you. And not only do you then lose time in the cutscene, you lose time because the chickens are hitting you. It's harder to hit Navi dive. Yeah, it's just bad all round. Crux are going for a bit of damage here. It's a specialist damage route, so he doesn't need to take hits from the skulls and get a bit better time of day later on. CMA not going for that though, or doing an alternative.
I was really sweaty about what CMA was doing. Did you see like the Ocarina dive like not working for a few tries?
Yeah.
That's really scary. It's like a 20-second gamble if you fail it.
It looks like Cruxer was able to make up for some of the lost time he had in his opening split.
Oh, CMA going for the reset strats, and it's weird to not see the gibberish classic controller message because obviously he has a Japanese Wii.
It's gonna be interesting to see because like they're basically I don't know, maybe 5-10 seconds apart, which is what the damage route is supposed to save if you do a correct owl skip later on. So that could be a good opportunity for Cruxer to just come back from it. And it looks like CMA is just like trying to go safe and make no mistakes.
Yeah, I'm unsure whether Cruxer is gonna. He might go for the second owl skip, but I'm unsure. He played the first one very safe. He hasn't been running this obviously for over 3 weeks now. So
I'm pretty sure he'll go for it because he doesn't have 2 equips right now, so he's definitely planning to have a pause later on.
You are correct, yeah. Damn, I'm not sure I'd have the balls to go for something I hadn't done in like 3 weeks.
Ooh. What is CMA doing right now?
I think he's afraid of targeting the stall children.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he can just sidewalk. Just sidewalk, homie. Don't.
That's bad.
Oh my god. Just sidewalk.
They're gonna
So if you sidewalk with straight left, then Link is always gonna go slightly forward anyway. So even if you don't have a perfect angle, you're still going to have Link forcing against that ledge and staying there. So in case you have the mini Stalfos in front of you with the arrow, just use the left input and you'll stay really close to the ledge. You don't have to do what CMA just did.
He doesn't get the owl skip.
At least that was a really fast fail, so...
Yeah, he didn't get any pause off, so...
Yeah, and he'll still be ahead of CMA out of this, so...
He does have to equip Choose still, but yeah, he's gonna be quite a bit ahead still.
Yeah, when is he gonna do that?
He'll probably just equip them before Talon, I assume. Ooh, this could be bad.
Nah, this is fine.
Nice.
Good.
YOLOing that seam walk is always kind of scary. There obviously are some nice visual cues, but you can get to the top of it and then just fall.
Oh yeah, if your angle is like just slightly not parallel, it could just punish you at the very end. That's why you sometimes see people going for a...
Ooh, that's punishing.
Let's see if Cruxer can make a backflip. So it's 1 ESS right and then
for
make a
the
back.
Danny B strats, I think it was Danny came up with that 1 ESS turn there instead of pulling the box.
That's bad.
Oh, he came up with it recently, but I'm pretty sure my video is more recent. But it's a very old strat. If you do 2 ESS turns left instead of 1 ESS turn right, you can double chew mega back. But chew count is way too tight in this category. Oh, he's going for a distance mega back just so he can buffer it and make sure he's not gonna fail.
Yeah, so he's now down 2 chews. So Spirova's going to be done with 2 if everything goes well now, which is, well, kind of Moncaress. You can do it with 1 obviously, but your bomb count is so restricted on, especially on the VC route. The lower your chew count is, the worse your bomb count gets progressively. He may have to skip out on a couple of things.
Oh, but the guards went really well. He went for kind of a risky path and got it just fine. Well played.
And it looks like he's about 28 seconds behind CMA right now.
Oh, nice. Really cool that you... Oh yeah, so we have splits only on CMA's side. So we're now gone for a few minutes of cutscene. If you guys want to make a coffee or
Yeah, I mean, it's really appreciate both of them going into this cutscene at the same time. I mean, one of them could have just sat outside and waited for the other to finish, and then. But yeah,
I mean, if Cruxer's side hops weren't frame perfect at the end there, he would be sitting outside for a little bit.
yeah. The start of this is quite cutscene heavy, not as bad as Glitchless, which is literally just cutscenes. But this category is, I think, one of the top 3 in cutscene percentages. I think it's 80%
Definitely.
Glitchless and GSR.
It's a little bit over 40%.
Yeah, which was kind of helped in the new No I Am Wrong Warp, which you can obviously skip the Shadow and Spirit, but still, even that's pretty bad.
Yeah, those aren't particularly long cutscenes comparatively to the rest.
But yeah, that's something that makes this category like very hard, and that's why like I think it's been recommended forever for beginners, but in terms of like how you want to play this category in order to reach high level is like you're going to be sitting around for a while watching cutscenes and then taking a lot of risk on incredibly punishing tricks. What happens in Shadow Temple is very punishing. What all of the overward movement up until Spirit is okay, but then entering Spirit and whatever you do in Spirit is crazy punishing. And same goes for Forest and afterwards. Like if you die at fights or things like that, you just lose like 3 minutes by 3 minutes on every mistake. So this category really amps up on the fact that you're sitting here and then you're going to have to gamble a lot of time. So it really checks how your nerves are. Oh, tiny mistake on Cruxer's side, but you can back that up. And he did very well.
Yeah, I think it's I think the reason why this is recommended so often is because not many other categories have full video guides, and I know a lot of beginners want everything to be in one place, and I don't think if you look at it as a category on its own, it's the best place for beginners to start. But just because of that, and because you can baby out on a lot of the bigger stuff, it's always recommended. But as Arthur said, as soon as you start getting below the 130 barrier, you start taking risks, and it starts getting a lot more challenging to even complete runs.
Did you see CMA's side hops? Before
did,
entering
yes.
Temple of Time, that is the smartest thing I have seen for a while.
He's been throwing in a lot of side hops, even in like bottom of the well. He was just side hopping for movement there.
Yeah, he had a box movement that was incredibly smart, and it's probably super consistent. I just love watching Japanese runners because they don't care about what other people do, they just think with their own brains.
Yeah, it's definitely a trend you see in a lot of the JP guys that you tend to find strats from them, like and then it filters into the rest of the community. I know watching Neko for a while, you see so many strats that you just never see before, and if you can implement them yourself, you start to see a lot of them are just insanely consistent.
I took the habit to have like a pen and paper when I watch Japanese players, so then I can just note down stuff and clip everything they do. And I end up filling up a lot of pages. Okay, so now is Master Sword cutscene, so it's again a little bit of cutscene time. If anyone forgot about coffee. Or you can also chat with some of the runners and...
Yeah, Crux is taking autographs if you're interested. What an absolute celebrity! Nearly 2 minutes behind PB. I think he actually has VC Master Sword world record in his PB.
Ooh.
I think it's like a 17:26 or something like that, which he was really proud of, and fair play to him. That's an insane Master Sword time. So
Yeah, that's
him to
very
come back,
fast.
for him to come back and get a 19-minute, it must be tough.
Yeah, I can only imagine that, especially Cruxer's, he gets salty sometimes. I think we've all seen it sometime or another. So hopefully he can keep his composure and, just realize that CMA's made almost as many mistakes and that it's a pretty close race still right now. So, it doesn't matter what your PB is. The only thing that matters right now is beating your opponent.
Yeah, in a race,
still,
it's just so important.
They're both still in the same cutscene, so this is still wide open. I mean, they're 30 seconds apart, and 30 seconds is tiny.
Yeah, as we said before, like the next tricks are gonna be like betting something like 3 minutes each. So
yeah, and 30 seconds can fluctuate just from things like really bad troll roll fights or things like that are pretty much out of a runner's control even. So 30 seconds is nothing.
oh, even though I saw Zuru came up with like some manipulation for Rova, but I will keep it secret.
Yeah, if you want to share, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, because
just watch his runs.
He
has a tech for. Yeah, his takes make them shoot faster, basically. Like the probability of them like running around instead of shooting is like just incredibly low. But it makes it harder for him to position.
There's always a downside. But yeah, CMA has a slight advantage here in the fact that he's 2 chews up on Cruxer at the moment. So he has space to go for things like Cat Kess and a safer Spirit Hover, which could prove vital because the longer you use bombs in Spirit Hover, the more chance you have of making a catastrophic mistake.
That's very true. And also, using chews is just simply faster because you would have to wait for the bomb to blow out. So we always consider that using a chew is 4 seconds faster. The time for a bomb to explode after pullout is 3.8 seconds.
Yeah, and with the lower bomb chew count as well, then you do end up using more bombs for Spirit Hover, so you might have to drop out things like the low height ground clip to get past Gate Skip. And go with the old school strats there, or some other places where you might want to throw in some super slides. You might have to opt out of them.
Yeah, I think at the moment he's gonna have to skip out on the ground clip if he wants to do a safer Spirit Hover. I think he'll just go for the hover boots side hop.
I wonder what CMA's choice is going to be. But it could be that he also does it.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many of CMA's PB attempts, so I don't know what his general route normally looks like. I would assume that his PB route goes for everything, but I don't know.
In previous races for the tournament, I'm pretty sure he was going for the low height ground clip. He was going for almost all of the big boy strats.
Yeah, even though CMA is like kind of well known to like privilege consistency, which is not a very Japanese habit, I would say. He's one of like the safest guys, and for example, as we said in the escape, he was not doing bridge clip for so long.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for safe strats. I think a lot of people get too bogged down on trying to be quick, and they don't realize that a lot of speed, especially in top runners, just comes from getting your consistency down. People try the hardest stuff to try and get any time save they can, when they don't realize that you can milk even the safest strats for seconds of time save.
That is very true, but on the other hand, like if you're just trying to get a crazy good time, when you fail and kill a run, like you're not gonna roll your ankles, you're not gonna sprain your wrists. So you could also see it like that. Like the actual risk reward is insanely good because
CMA just about got crushed there.
I'm not sure. Like you want to get hit by the flame after the door if you want to get crushed or avoided. So that was before. It's pretty safe.
Yeah, you want to be knocked back under the door by the flame. It's only happened to me once, but it is kind of soul crushing when it does happen.
True.
Because the Dampe race is one of like the worst parts of the run. It's and you don't want to do it twice.
It would lose a good minute. Okay, so let's check the hookshot times. Very nice movement from Cruxer.
Ooh, almost a 46. I missed what CMA got, but I know after that fireball it had to have been above 47.
CMA getting the optimal void out, which is getting crushed because you simply void 1 second faster and then you end up closer to the loading zone. It's a strat that I don't see many people use, but it's not that hard. You just have to know that it's never going to be the same. You have to check what your camera is when you get the hookshot and then act accordingly. So as you saw, Cruxer had time to do like 1 side hop and 2 backflips, which is basically the amount of time he lost.
Yeah, I think a lot of people prefer to do the side hop back out just because I think there's a lot of horror stories around that void out there. Because if you get trapped behind the door, again, as Arthur said, it's punishing and
it's very punishing. Yeah.
You have to reset basically. There's no escape.
Yeah, you can
use a chew clip.
Yeah. But using chews in this category for stuff that isn't in the route is, I would never advise it.
And neither runner is probably practiced up on that strat either. Not something you want to gamble a chew on for something you think you might remember how to do.
Okay, there was a little bit of a stutter on Cruxer's seam walk. He was having a hard time targeting the Poe. The Poe was kind of trawling in between walls. But he ended up going for Navi ISG.
I've done that plenty of times too, because sometimes that Poe just doesn't want to be your friend.
Did CMA get knots? I don't think so.
I don't think he did either.
Yeah, I think Arthur takes personal offense whenever anyone doesn't use his new nut strat.
No, it's not. In this case, it's not that of a good idea.
Every time I've seen
Probably
someone go for it in this tournament, it hasn't gone well.
Yeah.
Oh, was it TKC?
I think so, yeah. He went for it like 3 times, and like on the 3rd time, eventually he got it.
Damn. I'm sorry, TKC.
In fairness though, it was like a couple of hours after you released your video, and he tried it, and we were like, no!
Yeah, that's pretty risky. You want more practice. Yeah, okay, he's going for all strats. How many buffers? Oh my god, are you for real?
Jesus. Oh!
This failed. Oh,
As we
Cruxer
said,
is now back in the lead.
very
yeah,
punishing
Cruxer
category.
is like a minute ahead now.
And that's where it flips. And as
Oh my
Arthur's
God.
been saying the entire time, punishing trick after punishing trick. That was 1 frame too much.
This is so crazy. Oh, I didn't know you could roll and jump slash that gap.
Again, this is, watch Japanese runners,
now
guys.
down a bomb chew as well.
Okay, 1 extra buffer. Cruxer going safe, which is probably the good idea. Nice. And he gets it.
And
Okay,
he's now
so
in.
entering Bongo 2940. Let's see what it is for CMA. Oh, he's going for one of Neko's backup setups.
Oh my god, this man, he's...
This man does not like buffers.
Yeah, he just gambled on a 2-frame window.
Jeez.
This is crazy. Is he gonna go for the same? I can't believe he's not gonna buffer.
The man has just lost a minute to a failed buffer.
Oh my
Jesus
god, he goes for
Christ.
it. CMA.
No,
Oh, he failed again.
No.
exact same thing as last time.
Oh god. Okay, well, the coin flip has decided.
But it's not over yet. Because anything could happen
true,
and anyone can still win.
Yeah. Cruxer's not had the best consistency on Spirit Hover lately, so we'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, even failing at the very end of Spirit Hover would just be the equivalent of one boat skip fail, and CMA has 2 right now.
Yeah.
Like, Cruxer could decide to go Spirit Insight from the very beginning and still have a decent lead. I don't know if he's listening.
I don't think he will, though. I think he'll go for the Spirit Hover.
He has to buffer this time.
You sure?
He has to. He's not.
He's Japanese, he doesn't care. Oh, that's an insanely slow backup. Oh, not that bad. That was late.
This is such a shame.
The job was late. Okay. CMA, please keep going.
Well, on the bright side, we don't have to watch Shadow Cutscene both at the same time now, so we'll at least have action happening.
Very true.
non-stop.
So, it just goes back to what I was saying, like, you gamble 3 minutes, and then you sit down for a while. So, if he was to make what he just failed a bunch of time, then he would just kill Bongo and have to watch the cutscene.
It's a real shame. Yeah, I was
he's
just saying it's a real shame
shame.
because he went for the unbuffered, which could have saved him a fair bit of time, like upwards of 10 seconds probably, for all the pauses he saved. But it was a 1-frame window that he missed, and by literally 1 frame, and it's led to this, and it's just so unbelievably punishing. And I still cannot believe he's not buffering it.
Yeah,
The man
I
has
think he's going
balls, I'll
for
give
what
him
he
that.
knows.
Maybe if he went for Arthur's nut strat here, he would have gotten the BK strat.
Very likely not. He's going again for the same shit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, oh my
I can't
god.
believe this.
That was late roll.
Okay, you got it
roll.
this time.
Oh my
Are
god.
you sure?
No.
No, it was late roll, I told you.
Yeah, his spirit
Please
hover dreams are
press
coming to an end.
start, CMA, please press the start button. Oh my god.
Jesus.
And
There
he
we
gets
go.
it!
Clap.
Okay,
Applause.
Quick golf
So-
clap for CMA.
34 minutes versus 29:40. That's about 4 minutes and 20 seconds lost. This is a disaster. Well, I
this
guess it's
point-
really cool for Cruxer.
Now I'm not sure Cruxer will go for Spirit Hover. With a lead like that.
Yeah.
I think he will. I mean, he's got 2 spare chews. His bomb hovering, I think, is good enough for it. Even if he has to drop down and farm bombs, he'll still probably save time.
Damn. It's kind of heartbreaking to see a race go like that after 30 minutes in. But that's the game. That's GSR. That's why I don't run it.
That's CMA as well. I mean, being allergic to the start button is one thing, but I think after 2 fails I would have paused, but fair play to him for sticking with it.
Yeah,
And we saw
I would've
Cruxer
my
going
balls
to the
over
right
that.
side. Like, Cruxer went for the right side after the block room, which I was pretty sure he would go left, because glitchless runner have a tendency to like understand why they go right or left. But on next room he needs to go left, so there's no point going right. You just cross one more corridor. But apparently he's not aware of that. It's like a very tiny detail.
So Cruxer now has his bombs, and for the VC route, these are all the bombs he is ever going to have, other than farming them before Spirit. So he has 20 bombs to get him from where he is now up to the Mirror Shield, which is kind of risky. N64 gets bombs first, and so can farm them after Shadow Temple. In the grass and stuff like that, and there's a guaranteed pot drop in Dampe. But VC is very restricted on what it can do, and its bomb route that Cruxer does in his PB is bomb perfect.
Ooh. And he had a very nice jump. Like, the jump after breaking the boulder can be very complicated and cause troubles, and he just did it perfect. For some reason, I don't know if it was console exclusive or something, but it's always better to shield that bomb and not let it explode on top of your head, because otherwise your next bomb press would actually throw a bomb as if you already had it on top of your head. I remember some mechanic like that. Yeah?
Yeah, I was like, why is this doing this?
So it could be that it's 1.0 exclusive. I don't have the knowledge about that, but I know it's a thing, and it's infuriating when you don't know about it. Okay, so CMA is back to gameplay.
Yeah, so a lot of this collection stuff now, magic is used, I think it's literally once to shoot light arrows. And it's the entire reason we need Zelda's Lullaby as well, which kind of sucks for the flow of the route. Because if we didn't need to shoot light arrows, we could skip Zelda's Lullaby, we could skip magic, and it would just be amazing. But nope, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's mostly the reason for the new name. It's Ganondorf source requirement, so you need light arrows, and most of the routing of this category revolves around the fact that you need to be able to shoot light arrows.
Yeah, I remember a few of the early submissions were things like Light Arrow Quest and Light Arrow Adventure and other just as cringeworthy names. But yeah, Arthur's exactly right. The entire route revolves around getting everything we need to get light arrows legit without IM, and being able to shoot them legit as well. So we need the quiver, we need various other things.
CMA had some cool box movement again here. I don't think it's fast, but he was getting very like, it's probably insanely consistent to get you at the good spot.
Crux having a little trouble getting by Mido there, but
yeah, that backflip is super weird. I don't know whether it's to do with like Mido's breathing cycle, because that sometimes seems to work and sometimes it doesn't.
yeah,
I
he's
think
on
it's
like a cycle.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
he's
thought it
like
was
on the
like some
cycle.
rounding issues.
So even if you do the exact same inputs, like, perfectly, if he's on the wrong part of his cycle, you just won't get it.
I was sure CMA was gonna side hop after grabbing that ledge, but he didn't. Because the jumping down a ledge is actually very slow. Like the jumping animation is not something you want for speed. So if you already have the good angle to start side hopping without the need to flick to a direction, then it can turn out to be a good idea. Oh, CMA just decided to not look at his splits until Ganon.
Yeah, he's just skipped all of them.
Okay, and good rock jump, or however this is called. Is there a name for that jump? Well, obviously we don't know.
Cruxer getting a really
Anyone
nice S
does.
there. So that should it's quicker and uses less bombs than the super slide that a lot of beginners will go for. Just because the Hess is a bit harder, but you do save the bomb there, and we'll see whether he goes for the second Hess across the bridge, the hover slide, the hover Hess, whatever you want to call it. I think he will, but we'll see. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Yeah. Nice.
Picture perfect.
That hiss is really quite finicky because if you pull a bomb too early and you roll on the incline, the Hess frames change when you're on hills. Or no, well, the Hess frames don't change, but your roll distance towards the bomb is going to vary.
Yeah.
So you need to be really careful about where you drop it. And a lot of runners use visual cues on the floor to make sure that they drop it on the bridge. But even so, it's still kind of annoying to get.
Yeah,
So we were doubting if Cruxer was gonna go for the ground clip, but it looks like he is. Okay, very good inverted camera.
Yeah, his bomb count is pretty good still right now, so...
Very nice buffer, just one extra. Damn, that was quick. Very well played.
Nice.
Kills the sign.
Kills the sign. Is he going to go for full wasteland? Yes, he is.
Or at least half the
Probably,
wasteland.
Yeah. I think he does full in MST, but maybe not.
It's always so risky in a race, though. But I guess when you've got a cushion like this...
I think he's going to go for it. He knows he's ahead, yeah.
Oh, that's about 25 seconds, I would say.
And a bomb.
Yeah, his bomb count is getting worse and worse by the second. He needs, I think, 9 explosives if he gets the Gwei hover to get up there. So he should still be good because he has 2 chews, 9 bombs at 11. So this is perfect right now to get the super slide as well. Ooh.
Danny, are you running? Like, are you racing them too?
What I'd be scared of right now if I was Cruxer too is any one of the levers when you're at the last part of the wasteland here could actually kill him right now.
Oh, that's true. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. He's gonna have to pull out some. Well,
maybe it would be a good idea to just get hit straight away.
I think if I were him, I would avoid it one more time. He's got enough of a lead that you can risk the. I'd rather risk myself voiding one more time than getting hit by a lever towards the end, which loses you a lot more time. Yeah, Crux.
That's gonna be scary. Like the second half, there's a bunch of levers, and they're really hard to avoid if you're rolling.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh,
I called it. Caster.
Yeah, we said.
Damn.
I'm sorry, Cruxer. I still love you.
CMA is playing a song for all of you. Make sure you thank him, okay?
He's serenading you. It's not a serenade though, it's a minuet. What am I saying?
So interesting for Cruxer, now that he's actually died in Wasteland, all of the textures from the sandstorm are now gone. So it's a lot easier to see where he's going.
You say that?
It's still nighttime Wasteland, though.
There's a bunch of setups for backwalking the first half, or I think something optimal is like at some certain pole you can recognize your angle on the minimap. The first half path is like a fucking highway, so it's not that risky.
Yeah, you can either kind of just be slightly angled to the left on the minimap after the one post, or you can target the one post, turn 90 degrees right, and then do one ESS turn, and you'll have a good angle from that.
Yeah, so Cruxer just lost a fair old amount of time that he lost that CMA lost in Shadow Temple, but he's still going to be a decent amount of time ahead.
Yeah, let's check Enter Colossus, 4615. Alright, how is gonna go the overworld section for CMA? So as we saw Cruxer go for, like, it's... In order to arrive to Spirit Temple, you have to cross a lot of paths all around Hyrule. And this is like the most heavy overworld movement section. It can go really fast, but it can also be a disaster for bomb count and such. So 9 bombs and 2 chews. If he makes it, he should have 0 explosives at the end, and he really wants to count on Gui Hover. Alright, he gets it.
Choose on C down makes me very nervous. I don't like people that use choose on C down. I don't trust them.
Yeah, I don't
It's actually very convenient if you're not using the wrong controller.
Yeah. I mean, any explosive on C down, I think, is just you are an anarchist.
If you use GameCube controller, that's what you mean, right?
Yes. If you're using a 64 controller, it's more justified because it's closer to your A and B. But Mr. Cruxer is not using an N64 controller, so he's definitely pressing either Z or C down on the stick, which in both cases is disgusting.
His Spirit Hover went really fine, very well played on his side. It was definitely not easy.
I'm not sure.
It looks like he got this.
Oh yeah,
Nice. Nice. Very nice and clean Spirit Hover there. As you see, he has now got 0 explosives, and he is going to have to farm in Spirit Temple a lot.
He goes for a statue climb?
Yes.
Does he? Okay.
CMA had a good gate skip there, the low height ground clip. And now we'll see if he's able to get the full Wasteland test, try to make up for some of this time.
Started the turn a little early, but then got it back. He goes for full, that's for sure. Yeah. Damn. Alright, this looks good.
This is very good.
Very
Perfect.
good. Let's go.
This is a race again, guys. If this Spirit Hover goes well,
Very nice.
this could be CMA could be closing the gap.
No. Greg, it's way less than 3 minutes, I would say right now.
Yeah. I'd say it's probably just under 2 minutes, maybe like 1:50 something. Oh, only 1 bomb, that sucks.
He could have reloaded the pot for a while, but oh, that's much better.
That's a good one, yeah.
He doesn't go for the last Armos. Probably 15 is what he wants. I'm not really sure.
He wants as many as possible, really, but yeah, I think the minimum you need after Spirit Temple is about 9 or 8, something like that. But yeah, he wants as many as possible, really.
Yeah, 19 is a good number to have come in here.
And CMA performing Spirit Hover. Oh, not even looking at the Gwei. Oh yeah, but during day, there's something that really helps for knowing when the Gwei is coming over, is that when an enemy is approaching, you have oh, what did he do?
Whoa, that was a strat I've never seen before.
Whoa. Take notes, guys. Oh my god, this failed.
Was that a did he get a
CMA. Oh my god, he's trying it.
Oh,
No
he
way.
gets it. Oh
No
my
way.
god, I
Super slime.
cannot believe this. Such a monster. Don't fall, don't fall. Okay. I would have gone for a Hess, but
yeah.
he just doesn't care.
Jesus. I know Valiant used to show off all the time, just doing one bombs all the time, but I mean,
That's definitely not the place you want to gamble that.
yeah.
What? Did you see that?
Yeah, the
Oh
scary
my
strats.
god! So smart. Because when the knuckle actually breaks the throne and hits you, you don't get as many damage as a normal hit. And then, as you just took damage, so the next slash that he's gonna hit for you, you're not gonna take any damage. So he took advantage of that and jump slashed straight in to keep going for damaging the knuckle. This is incredibly smart and ballsy.
It looks scary,
Very nice.
but I mean, it's actually very consistent.
Yeah, Cruxer there just
And,
getting a quick cutscene skip where you can start the cutscene and void in the middle of it by basically just clipping out of bounds before the knuckle dies, which is about a 40-second time saver there over just watching the cutscene. So we'll see if CMA...
20. It's 20.
Is it 20? Oh no,
Yeah,
it was
it's around 20.
I think it's 23 or something like that.
Yeah, I said 40 because that's. I mean, I always remember what I say the first time I use stuff, but my Spirit Temple was ass.
Pretty good Spirit Temple though from Cruxer. No big mistakes once he got inside.
Yeah, that was very nice, and I think we can emphasize on the fact that Nobora cutscene skip is actually risky. The knuckle can one-shot you, and you would be back at the beginning of the temple. Luckily in this category they have Zelda's Lullaby, which makes it not being run over. But it is still, like, incredibly punishing for a 20-second time save, as we just said. Like, you would lose 5 minutes if the knuckle hits you.
Bit of camera weirdness there for CMA.
Okay, good hover. He's never gonna buffer that. Yeah. So crazy. He doesn't care, that's insane.
That's one of those
Yeah.
tricks though that I don't think you really need to buffer. It's quite a large frame window. Like
Yeah, but
ground
the
clips
frame
in general-
window is oscillating depending how high your hover is, so it's...
True.
Like, you could say it's 4, but you don't know where these 4 are.
Yeah, there's some frames that seem to like pretty much always work no matter what your height are. Like the
Yeah, Big Blue, Big Red is like guaranteed.
Yeah, I always aim for those two. It never really fails. But that ground clip is, depending on your bomb count, can either be really punishing or quite easy to retry.
But it would be so harsh on your explosive count, like that's 3 bombs.
Yes.
And we're talking about like a very tight category for explosives. Oh, it
Yeah,
looks
and
like
again,
the
if,
knuckle was very right for CMA. I'm kind of scared.
Nah, he's got this.
Oh.
Yeah, so they are literally one phase of Twin Rover apart here. CMA's definitely closed the gap here. It all depends on what the RNG for the first phase of Twin Rover the CMA gets here. It's going to decide everything.
Okay, nice fight on Cruxer's side. I don't think he missed any shot or anything, so well played.
Yeah, Rover was pretty good to him. They didn't, go into weird positions or just decide not to fire their shots at all. They were very clean with their positioning and their speed, so...
Get ready on your PG, family-friendly... are we going for the usual, or...
Hyenas.
So yeah, the two witches there are arguing about who is older, just waiting to be voided out, and they apparently don't know how to wrong word from that. They're just waiting to be taken up.
Ooh, CMA almost getting trolled there.
Yeah, weird cycle.
Another note here is that CMA did not get the heart piece back in Shadow, so he's only got the 3 heart containers, so the end of the run is going to be a little scarier for him as well.
It's scary right now. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh!
He's a madman. That's crazy. I would never dare to do that.
I think he was just trying to see where the other witch was so he could, possibly angle it to hit her.
So once the beam has hit your shield, I think it's kind of like stuck to your shield unless you do crazy shit. But so you can target, and this will like open up your field of view. So I think that's what he was doing. He was just trying to like open up and get the camera zoom back.
Not a bad first phase there. He did get a quick shot, but the cycles were kind of weird. Pretty average, I'd say.
And he did have the one shot that didn't connect where he had to do that weird miss.
Yeah. Not targeting for that strat. That's interesting stuff.
That's probably a good idea for N64. It's probably lag reduce. It's in like first person mode. Did he slash?
He did, yeah. He jump slashed into
Did
the
he
first
vertical slash?
No, he jump slashed.
I thought it was vertical slash. I was losing it.
Third time's a charm for Cruxer's minuet.
Yeah.
Not quite, as bad as having to watch the minuet cutscene, but... At least they've both had a little bit of a mishap when it's come to minuet now.
Oh, not targeting is from Scandinavia. Okay. I thought it was like some more Japanese spices. Oh, and the cool optimal movement for Cruxer. That's really nice to see.
Yeah, the Cruxer in this tree have a checkered past. He doesn't fall this time, but yeah, we've seen him lose a lot of PB pace runs to just falling off that tree. I think he was like 40 seconds ahead on like 114 pace once and just fell. And it was tragic, it really was, but didn't get him today. And CMA just finishing up with Spirit Temples and is going to end the run on 3 hearts. So this is going to be interesting for Void Warp.
Yeah, Forest Temple is the hardest, easiest temple in the run. It's, very straightforward. You don't have that much to do. There's no really difficult tricks in here. But it's actually so easy to lose a massive amount of time over some small things.
Okay, so Cruxer was entering main room of Forest Temple at 59 flat. So we're gonna try to check how far behind is CMA right now. Oh, and you just
Yeah.
saw Cruxer like slashing the door. You will see a lot of high-level runners like slash doors on accident. It's because there's a one-frame window that you can actually open the door while drawing your sword, which makes you save 3 frames on the next fight. So if you see people slashing doors, it's usually for that, and they just missed it.
Yeah, it's not that difficult. It's around the same timing as quick draw jump slash. So
Yeah, it's. I think it's the same idea. It's
I
like
think
3
it's the
frames
same
after
time.
B. Yeah, it's 1 frame, Greg. I also thought it was like a million frame, and then I checked it on Frame Advance, and it's just 1. But again, like, aiming for a frame really close to another input always is gonna feel easier. But if it's like 3 seconds after you have a frame perfect input, then that gets really hard. But if the inputs are really close, then you're fine. Yeah, Greg was talking about like door quick draw or quick draw jump slash.
Ooh, CMA going for some quicker movement there, but not quite getting it, and just missing the Wolfos there.
Yeah, Cruxer did the same strat earlier.
Oh, that impossible jump setup makes me cringe every time. It just looks so scary to pull off. Yeah.
What is it? Is it like slide hop side roll?
Yeah, it's like a side up side roll, and then you have to like clip the corners. Oh, it makes me cringe.
I think it's actually easy to pull off.
Yeah,
Was it
I mean,
strat?
it looks really easy. It's just like a hold up left after the clip, but I mean,
You gotta love diagonals.
Oh, CMA is entering main room now.
yeah. So about 2 minutes, I think.
3-3. That was 59.
That was
flat.
at 59.
Yeah.
Had an hour in my head for some reason.
Yeah, thank you for reminding, Mumsy. I was not paying attention.
I think his
Good
first
fight.
phase twin rover kind of screwed him over. I think he would have been a lot less had he not missed a shot there, and the cycle's not been quite bad to him.
Did you see that Stalfos just missed the jump slash on Cruxer?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna hit, or at least hit shield or something,
Yeah, he
but it
wasn't
just went
moving.
nowhere.
Stalfos' stormtrooper aim.
He was anticipating movement, but it didn't happen.
So they're exactly as Stalfos fight apart.
Yeah.
It's gonna start to be tough for CMA to catch up because there's not much to miss for Cruxer now.
Yeah, Crux has all the cards here. He has more explosives. He has one more heart for Void Warp.
Yeah, 1 more heart is super nice for safer Void Warp.
And safer Ganondorf.
Yeah, if you do your Ganondorf fight well, you shouldn't be hit at all. But we say you do things well, but we're also in a race, so who knows?
Yeah, sometimes you can't predict the quick ricochet back from Ganondorf, and you're just expecting to be able to hit him with the light arrows. And he reflects it right back at you when you're not ready.
Okay, CMA doing the classic jump. I was pretty sure he would go for what is usually called the can boost. Because it makes you land closer to the door and you can pull out the bomb at the exact same time. So it's a tiny bit faster.
Plus, it just looks really cool.
Yeah, it does. But you have to aim the hookshot a little bit differently. Like, if you aim at the hookshot really on the side of the vine... Oh, missing 1 ground jump.
His
Okay.
bomb count is dangerous.
Yeah,
It's
it really
really
is.
low. Because that's his bomb count for the entire rest of the run.
Yeah, he needs.
Unless he farms at Demos, yeah.
He needs.
I don't think he
I
will.
take it he goes for a staircase into trials, a trials skip. So he needs 2 there. He needs 1 for Void Warp, and then he's bomb perfect at the moment if he wants to do a 2 bomb super slide at the end.
I mean, I would probably go for the Mega Side Hop trial skip instead. It's the time loss compared
Yeah.
to Staircase is like what, like a second or two, and it saves you a couple bombs.
Yeah,
But
so I
every
would be
time we
inclined.
said this is safer, didn't go
Yeah,
for
yeah.
it. So
Like, I'd be inclined to say you should go for the Mega, but this is CMA. The man failed boat skip 3 times and still did unbuffered.
yeah, he doesn't care.
I think he'd rather
He goes for
reset and watch
beauty.
Lax again.
That would be nuts. Okay, 2 hearts for CMA. If he gets hit by a jump slash, it's ciao ciao.
But a
That
good
was
stealth
scary.
Yeah, if you die to those Stalfos there, it's actually a ridiculous amount of time loss. I had it in one PB, like, for a while, and it was like a 5-minute time save.
Out of interest, CMA somehow saved 14 seconds in Forest Temple compared to Crux's time. He was, I think, 2 minutes 58 apart, and now he's only like 2 minutes 40 something. So I don't know where he saved that time, but he did.
Maybe he's just good.
Yeah, Stalfos fights went a lot better for CMA.
They're both in the same cutscene, pretty much, right now. CMA just loading up his game into it, but they're at least in the same cutscene again, so we have a race.
At least. Oh my god, this is the worst cutscene in the game.
It's like 5 minutes long. It's really long.
Yeah.
So this category has a tendency to pile up the worst cutscene.
I think the problem with this cutscene, it's not that it's long, it's the fact that none of it, like literally like 20% of it is auto scroll. The rest of it you have to actually be actively mashing. It's like I've been running MM recently and it has an 8-minute cutscene at the end, but pretty much all of it is either just a cutscene or auto scroll. So it's actually really nice, but this is terrible.
If you time your mashes instead, it's not as bad because most of the text boxes are pretty long in this cutscene. So there's less actual inputs needed, but if you just start mashing the whole time, then yeah, it gets really taxing on your hands.
Our first runner collects their light arrows. That will be fired hopefully once. If it's any more than once, we might have a race on our hands again.
Unless he's using it just for lag reduction at the one door near Zelda at the very end after Void Warp.
Maybe.
And I'm not even sure that actually saves time on VC. I mean, it does make the pink texture go away, but I'm not sure if that actually causes any noticeable lag on VC there.
Yeah, see, Cruxer has the options to hit the super slide after collapse as well to guarantee he gets the kiss at the end. But CMA is going to have to YOLO this. Because as we all know, the kiss is the only thing that matters now. Nothing else is important.
I'm really curious how Void Warp is gonna go. That's the only thing that could like make the race be thrilling again. Like otherwise we're just waiting for some mistakes.
A Knuckle Death or Ganondorf reflects a shot back, but I mean that wouldn't kill Cruxer, so well the Knuckles would.
The Knuckles would, right? Like they do more than 4.
They do 4.
Yeah, they do 4.
Oh, 4 flat? Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of disconcerting because you can climb the tower, hit the knuckle fight, and be on like half a heart, and it's mentally weird to think that it doesn't matter whether you're on half or 4, they can still one-shot you, but part of your brain just hates being on low health. Yeah, the thing that could kill CMA here is if he gets hit at all at the top with Void Warp, he cannot do it anymore. He needs to die. Cruxer, on the other hand, can be hit for a full heart and still get it. So he has a lot more leeway with damage up there.
And the thing is, too, is getting that heart doesn't really waste much time because generally your health is so low after Shadow Temple anyways that you have to get the hearts outside Dodongo's cavern just to, you know, not die for the next part of the run. So the time you spend doing that versus the time you actually spend picking up the heart they're almost equal.
Okay, nice staircase hover for Cruxer. He had just one more try for bomb by SG, but that's nothing too bad. Oh yeah, you can see him turn around while he charges the spin attack. This has a tendency to make the Lizalfos come to you a lot faster. It can be an advantage because then they're closer and you make sure that the double hit from the full charge spin will hit. But you could also get a tiny slash from them just at the end, which would completely cancel your charge.
That's a Mubsy strat, by the way. And then
Is
Valiant stole it from me.
Oh, GG.
I don't have many tricks that I did things for, but that's the one thing I was like, hey, if you turn backwards here, it actually makes the fight way easier.
Is that like a task known stuff?
No, I just did it back in the day. I think it happened once on accident, and then it made the fight go way better than it had gone the last like 5 times, so I was like, oh, maybe that's the thing, and then it, you know, most of the time it really helps.
So let's say 2 bomb staircase, 1 bomb for Void Warp, 2 bombs for... I didn't know you could set up double knuckles like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's how I do it too. You just have to angle your sword a little bit, and...
Yeah, because the handle has a hitbox, so that's pretty smart.
Yeah, it
So
saves
you
time
actually
from
damage
the
one
strat.
with the pointy end of the sword and the other one with the handle. It's really cool.
Yeah, it saves quite a bit of time over going to the door and then backflipping once or twice or whatever the strat is from there.
Yeah, you backwalk and wait on the first step, but I agree, like, this is better. Has to impress, let's see.
Come on, we got this. Oh, he's gonna go for the
Let's lay
second
it
one though.
roll. Has to catch
Nice.
up. Nice.
Still saving maybe half a second.
Yeah, Hessing
not
looks
anymore.
really fast, and then when you time it, it's always like disappointing how slow it gets.
I think a perfect one saves like 4.5 to 5 seconds.
When it looks like 20.
Yeah, that like rolling up those stairs like feels super slow, but if you hug the corners really well, you can actually get a really quick time up there.
Okay, I think he's going for a mega side hop.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
God.
blame.
Thank God. And he has to pause this
See
one
if
to
it
put
works.
boots, so
I'm sure he's disappointed about that.
Isn't it technically quicker to keep the hover boots equipped up these stairs here until you get to the door? I
Up
think
these
someone did some
stairs?
timing recently.
I don't know because it takes longer to accelerate with hover boots on. Oh, CMA is showcasing exactly what can happen if you don't.
If you get hit before you release the fully charged spin,
And these dinos
he's
are
handling
bullies.
this pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, that was honestly a super nice fight for what it was. Okay, another cutscene for Cruxer just before the Ganondorf fight. Ganondorf fight can be quite scary. You want to make sure you get ISG fast, because otherwise stun locking him is a misery.
No reflected shot back, so that's good.
Nice.
Let's try ISG.
Perfect.
Cruxer just shot a light arrow. Let's remind that this is the entire point of this run is to shoot that light arrow. So let's watch it.
It's got a lot of pressure on its shoulders.
He's going for a Void Warp, and like Void Warp is basically the only thing that could make him lose right now, or dying to Ganon. It looked like CMA was also damaging the White Knuckle with the handle. I must have been blind for all this time. Okay, it's gonna be time for a Void Warp, while CMA will be in a cutscene. Oh, we have Has to Impress first.
We do. Is he going to do it?
Oh, he's not gonna go for it.
Of course he
he's going
is.
for
Oh
it.
my
Of
god.
Of course he
He's
is. There we go.
Here he
Do you know
gets
who
it.
you're
Oh
watching?
my god.
Perfect. You still had doubts, Arthur. You still had doubts. After what we've just seen for an hour and 15, you still had doubts.
Someone buy me a pacemaker. Okay, so we can watch Void Warp while CMA is on a cutscene. That's pretty cool.
No rock trolls so far.
Oh, don't sign up.
Oh, that was...
Ooh, that should guarantee no rock troll.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Damn.
Alright,
He almost
Jimmy.
got sniped by that rock, though. Just side hop.
Yeah, I was like, don't side hop. But he went
Yeah, I
for
was
it,
like,
and it
don't
was
do the first
apparently.
side hop. Just wait a bit and, like, you know, you'll be fine. But he just
Yeah.
decided to beat the rock altogether.
Which overall was a very smart choice, because if you beat it, then you're pretty sure you're not gonna get another one.
He's not going for the double kiss. I guess with 4
No.
bombs left, I don't blame him, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to keep like a second try when you're so close to winning.
Is he gonna? Yes.
Yeah, that looked pretty
He
good.
gets a
He's locked
kiss, he
up
doesn't
now.
have to reset.
Actually, getting a kiss is a little bit faster than not getting it, because you get pushed into the loading zone directly, whereas if you didn't get it, you would need to use your joystick to actually make Link go inside.
Ooh, that was an interesting strat from CMA there.
Missing ISG, oh my god, that's not gonna
Oh,
stun.
that is-
Oh, he gets it!
Backs off just in time. It can be really troll if you can get ISG while stabbing Ganondorf, but it makes the timing window a lot stranger. I'm not sure the exact specifics of it, but it makes it a lot harder. So he opts to back up a little bit and get the safe ISG and make it in just in time.
So, now that we've moved on from that, I swear to God, this is actually worse for your health than like sugary foods. But moving on, Void Warp is going to be very tough for CMA here, because if he gets hit at all by anything, rocks, literally anything, he cannot do it anymore. He needs to die and get full health again. And that's the reason why a lot of runners choose to get the Shadow Heart Piece, Heart Container, because it just gives you that extra cushion.
And it wastes like something like 2 to 4 seconds. I don't really know how much, but it's really small.
I think it's, yeah, definitely not 4, because otherwise you have to pick up the hearts outside of Dodongo's Cavern just so that you have enough hearts to make it up Death Mountain and all that after. Because normally you're leaving Shadow with like half a heart to a heart.
Oh, true. Alright. Cruxer getting the Super Slide was one of the last tricks. Final boss is Bono.
Bonnaroo. And not getting the heart piece actually pays off there, so
No rock troll.
my
GG.
god. He's doing the jump slashless method here, which I think is actually a bit quicker, correct me if I'm wrong.
VC exclusive.
It is VC
It's
exclusive.
PC exclusive because you actually load twice the room, which N64 crashes for, is that it?
Yes. If you get too close to that room, you get a really bad crash.
You get that nice little yellow bar in the top of your screen, and then... Even this last hallway is a little Monka-esque with the 3 hearts as well, because you could die Or he doesn't even go for the kiss.
Oh.
He gets the
Yeah.
arrow.
See that arrow?
Yeah. I think that makes up for it.
Did he try to shoot her in the head?
I don't know, but if he tried to skip the animation of Zelda's magic, there's a chance that his VC crashes. And it's a lag reduce tech, so it's barely.
Cruxer just on his last hit.
There we go. Oh!
Or not. Okay, resets.
I'm never saying anything again. Oh!
Okay, that was a little...
Yes.
I thought Ganon was going to turn, but that should do it. So it does look like we're going to have Cruxer having his rematch against Bono for the winners finals.
Yeah, and he would need to
Sent
win
him to losers.
twice against Bono to take the tournament. If he wins once, it will be bracket reset because it's double elimination, and Bono has had no loss, and he needs to be out.
Well, he's got the bomb going in the background, the explosive end cutscene there. I respect that.
He was saying yesterday how he almost wanted to be eliminated, but I mean, he played quite well today, so fair play.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
opening
very
was
well
a bit
played.
rough.
Yeah, I had some mistake. Like, we started sweating for Cruxer around the damage boost to Courtyard. And then things started flowing pretty nice. I can't talk, guys. I'm gonna leave it up to you.
Is CMA continuing, or is he getting a sandwich?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I think
it's
I'm not sure.
his last message has 3 little waves. It probably means, like, whatever.
yeah, I mean, I don't speak Japanese, but that to me sounds like a peace out symbol. But
Yeah, 3 little waves is like, I'm out. Let's
It looks to
just
me like
keep it
apple
here.
juice, squiggly line, picnic basket, more squiggly lines. So I think he's getting a
No.
snack.
no, I know what it is. I know what it is. He's buying a house on a beach and going for a swim afterwards.
Oh, that's the waves. Okay. So it was the losers finals between Cruxer and CMA. So CMA is now eliminated from the tournament after destroying most of the loser bracket, and Cruxer will be advancing to the grand finals where he would need to defeat Bono twice in order to take the tournament. Cruxer, welcome.
And I'd like to just take a moment to say GG to CMA and thanks for participating. Third
Yeah,
place
fair
is
play.
no slouch.
Yeah, GG.
And we look forward to seeing some good things from CMA in the future.
I can't wait to sell my soul to beat Bono.
You have to do a lot more than that.
You might
And my
want to talk about
dignity.
your firstborn too.
So you have to beat him twice to win this this tournament now. So yeah, good luck is all
Sure.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, well, all I'm gonna say it was a good run, and to be honest, I don't know, man. Part of me is like, I'm so over this category. So I grinded this for like 6 months, got my 115, and now I'm just like, no, I'm over it. And this tournament has been going since January. This is possibly the longest tournament in speedrunning's existence. But, you know, somehow made it to the end, so...
yeah, I think whatever happens in this final, I think everyone's done so well to even make it this far.
This
Props to you
tournament
for-
was so stacked.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty good. There was a lot of good runners in this.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to the final. I mean, 2 top runners, second place and 5th place. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, though. It'll be hard, and we'll see. We'll see. I'll just go into it, and whatever happens, happens. I mean, I'm not too fussed anymore. I'm guaranteed second place, and that's pretty cool. So, I'll take that.
Right, I take it we're not having CMA in for interviews. I don't know where Nori's gone, so...
I don't think CMA is ever using microphone.
No,
I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, he is. He is. Yeah. I remember the funniest clips ever with CMA's voice.
Yeah, I've definitely heard him before, but yeah, there's the obvious language barrier. English is not his main language, so I don't blame him for just doing a bit of questions over text or nothing at all.
Yeah, and then it was a pretty rough race for him. Like, his Shadow Temple was an absolute disaster.
yeah, it all fell apart for CMA.
Yeah, what happened? Did he go for his usual one pause on the BK?
Yes.
Yeah,
Three
every
times.
time.
Well, why would you do that in a race? Is my question.
Because he's an absolute god, and he doesn't need to answer questions to us.
But when it goes wrong, I don't know, man. Consistency is king.
Yes. I think to be fair, having the balls to even do that again. I mean, as much as
Oh,
I think
for sure.
after 2 fails, I think I would have definitely just paused it. But if you don't know where the pause button is,
Or as you said, I think he might have just been allergic to pauses.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
at some point, you just gotta grab an EpiPen, shove that in your leg, hit that button, and actually get by that part.
My race was just the worst.
I think you had a
So-
pretty rough child section, but once you
Yeah, I
became
was
adults,
I was
apart
like
from
2 minutes
Wasteland,
behind TB.
like
and then I-
Wasteland and child section were the only real places things went wrong for you.
Yeah, the 2 Spirit Hover was a bit Monka-esque.
yeah,
But we did it.
We did wonder because you were so far ahead. Would you just take the interior time loss? But
Why would I ever do that?
well, I mean, you were like, what was it, like 3.5 minutes ahead? Before you hit Wasteland, before you hit your Wasteland problems. So we did wonder whether if you got full Wasteland, you'd just go for.
No, I was
safer.
always.
I think he was
I
5
was
minutes
always
ahead
desperate.
entering Wasteland.
Yeah, it was somewhere around that area. Wasteland sort of brought you within about 3 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think without Wasteland going wrong the way it did, I probably could have got like a low 118. I lost a lot of time.
You were doing
Yeah.
really well.
And if
To be
child
2
section was
minutes.
better, you could have had like a 116 or something.
Yeah. 2 big mistakes really, and the rest of the run was pretty consistent, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, if I have another race like that, then I'm not winning my next race like that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Bono is an extremely tough opponent. I think his race consistency is insane as well. I think they've all been
Yeah.
sub 120s.
Well, I mean, he's done thousands of attempts at this category, so he's got the experience over almost anybody else.
Right,
Well,
so yeah,
I'm-
CMA doesn't need to pause a lot. Fair play.
I'm definitely looking forward to that match one way or another. You know, I think it's going to be, an excellent race to watch, and
Yeah, it should be good fun.
I'll be happy to watch that one through and through, and then
And-
finally be done with this tournament.
I know. And unless Valiant means he's going to commentate the final of next year's, after keeping saying he's going to commentate, we might actually hear his voice for the first time.
Yay! There is a clip of him and his voice.
I've
one.
seen
Yeah.
it.
It's infamously difficult to find. It's like somewhere stuck within like the Library of Alexandria of his clips, but
This whole tournament's been so funny. It's been Valiant being like, yeah, I'm down to commentate this next match. And then it's just
Oh,
like
but
he's
I'm
got
not
to
free
the
right
final.
now.
yeah, he's got one more chance. So even if it's like 2 a.m.,
Maybe
he's
2
gonna
more
have to do it.
chances,
Yeah, he also
Yeah,
has
maybe.
like many other things to deal with, so we
depending
can't
on how
really.
you guys play. Like, if you
complain
do
too
end up
much.
beating Bono, then you'd have to either decide if you're racing again right after, or if you're gonna schedule it again for like a week later.
Nah, to be honest, I think I don't know if Bono's up for it, but I would go the back-to-back if we had to. I think.
Yeah, I think that'll be the best option. Otherwise,
I just want, like,
drag
yeah,
out.
I'm ready to.
To
kinda-
finish this tournament.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we appreciate it.
But no, thank you guys for commentary.
No, fair. Thank you
thank
for
you for
racing,
running.
and thank you CMA for racing as well. You all did great.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats again to Cruxer, and GG to CMA. Congrats on third place, but let's see what happens in the final match of the tournament. Hopefully within the next week or two.
Month.
Yeah, I think hopefully schedule it soon. So.
Yeah, you guys were able to schedule your last one. Once you.
Yeah, it's a little easier. Bono's only like an hour ahead of me, so.
Yeah, now that he's pretty active again, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
So I think that concludes today's racing. I don't know what Nori wants to finish this off with, whether she wants to have her moment of fame.
I think we can do a conclusion by ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, if she's telling us to do it here, we'd like to thank everyone for watching here. You guys are the reason we're doing this here. So, special thanks to everyone. Special thanks to the racers, and special thanks to my co-commentators and Nori behind the scenes. Everyone making this thing work. Without you guys, this would just be, another day without an exciting OOT race. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mubsy.
too, Mubsy.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Right, and that's everything for this race. See you all in the next one, hopefully sometime soon.
Ciao, ciao.